As a matter of well,
Whatever you need.
Ike is always interesting. Thank you very much for being with us. I'm Bob Allison. Rob and I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
You're listening to WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit, your ethnic superstation, 690 days, 680 nights. WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500.
Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold.
If you need a helping hand to stay at home, or maybe you'd like somebody to provide transportation or grocery shopping or run errands for you, or maybe you're going to need help with bathing or personal grooming, or you need home renovations to enable you to stay in that home safely and securely. Or maybe you can't leave your home, but you need somebody to come in and do things like a doctor, a nurse, a podiatrist, a dentist, or to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Well, House Calls on Wheels is the answer to all of that. House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. And all the medical services are covered by insurance. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour. So if you or someone you know needs a helping hand at home, call House Calls on Wheels for a free in-home consultation. And that toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. All right? That's 1-888-489-8980.
Tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. for the Bright Side of Aging and the Entrepreneurs Network radio show featuring Ike Engelbaum. Ike does an array of interviews with people that make the aging process go smoothly. And for the Entrepreneurs Network segment, Ike interviews up-and-coming entrepreneurs. If you're looking to start your own business, Ike has some great advice to offer you to get your dreams of starting a home-based business a reality. If you'd like to talk to Ike Engelbaum for more information, call 313-929-6105. That's 313-929-6105. So tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. to hear Ike Engelbaum on the Bright Side of Aging and the Entrepreneur Network radio show.
And we're here, and hopefully you're there to hear us that we're here. How's that? There's a heap of wisdom out there. I am really excited about having a jam-packed show, as they say in the big time. I guess this is the big time, isn't it? We promote the positive aspects of aging, the bright side of aging, and by that I don't want to take away from some of the things that unfortunately we have to deal with in our society today. And I am really excited about having the opportunity to introduce a fellow Rotarian from West Bloomfield, Linda Wolschlager. Is that right,
That's
Linda?
right,
No,
you
you
got it right.
pull the microphone in front of you, and the mic as close as your significant other. And I'm not even going to ask who that significant. You might pull the mic up a little bit.
all
And in
set.
fact, the reason is, as you may know, Mike is our producer. So I want to keep you in front of both mics, okay?
Right.
And I forgot when you joined up with the West Bloomfield Rotary.
It
It's
was
been
only a year ago.
Okay, all right. Well, you are a delightful Rotarian because
you.
what I like about you, if you recall, we had a fundraiser
Yes.
and you were kind enough to bring all kinds of food. So I'm available to come anytime to
Are
your
you?
home,
Good.
okay?
Yes, yes.
And
It's a wonderful group. I'm
yeah.
proud to be a member.
Well, great. Actually, the Rotary Club is actually an international organization, and unfortunately, it's like a lot of organizations are always looking for membership, and a lot of people don't want to get involved in all of the rigmarole when you get involved with an organization, but as an incentive, if you live in the West Bloomfield area or anywhere, please join us for lunch on Fridays from 12 to 1 at Spacita's Restaurant, and you'll get a chance to meet Linda as well as some other prominent people from the community. Our upcoming president is Cindy Hill. She's married to Jerry Hill, and he's the head of the West Bloomfield High School, and also very active in the whole educational system. Whatever neighborhood you're in, please consider joining up with these organizations because they do so much good. I'm also a member of the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield. All you have to do is call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, and you can go anywhere in the whole world and actually feel involved with a local Rotary Club. In fact, this weekend, as it turns out, the International Rotary is meeting in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I plan on being out there, and my only problem is I have to relearn how to speak Canadian, eh? Okay, anyway. But Linda Wolschlager is a giving person. She's a resident, as I mentioned, in West Bloomfield. She works as an ESL tutor, teaching English and second language to foreigners living in the area, but is also an advocate in her free time. I don't know when you have free time.
I do. It's a part-time job.
But it's a passion that you have on topic
Yes.
of human sex trafficking. Linda became passionate about the subject of human trafficking after attending an educational awareness outreach on the topic 5 years ago. The local organization is called Michigan
Abolitionist.
Abolitionists. When I grow up, I'm going to be able to speak English. And now that you're interpreting English, I'm your first student. How's that? And she is often representing them in her work. She realized that lack of knowledge that is happening anywhere and even here is keeping the crime alive. And she has set out to try to get the word out about what we see. As a community needs to know to keep our kids safe. And I cannot tell you how passionate I am about what you're doing, Linda. And before we get into your involvement with human trafficking, you were telling me off the air you're a nutrition coach as well, is that
I
right?
am. That's another little side job of mine. I'm a holistic nutritional counselor, so I help people get healthy naturally. I teach them how to eat right for their specific health problems that they're dealing with, and I help them get off their medications too. And if they can't get off particular medications, I help them learn what to eat to get healthy.
Right. So if anyone is interested, what phone number would you like to give out? Or
They can go to my website, which is
Okay.
myperfectfoodplan.com.
myperfectfoodplan.com.
Yes.
And for those folks like me who still like human being to human being communication,
Yes.
I always give out my toll-free number, which is 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8980. And I can put you in touch with Linda. And I attended a few other Rotary Club meetings of different groups in Rochester and Detroit and in Troy. And that comes up quite frequently about how we can make a difference on this sort of undiscussed, really
It is.
horrible situation. And the first thing, of course, is if someone out there has a passion for it, as I just gave out my toll-free number, would love to have you give us a call, and maybe we can volunteer, have you as a volunteer, either through the various service organizations or on your own. Linda, as far as the problem itself, can you share with us some of the ways that someone can be suspicious that something is wrong? Are there such a thing as I hate to say red, but are there red flags?
Yes, there definitely is. Unfortunately, one of the things I've learned is that there's a whole spider web of connected people that are working in this field, and they're all very highly trained how to be a trafficker. And they seem like ordinary people, of course. They can be your neighbor, they can be your relative. Let's say in the mall, there are actual men that are young, that are attractive, that have been trained how to spot young women who might even look like they're a little bit low on self-esteem. They might look like they're a little bit shy, and they may go up to that girl, look them in the eye, pay them a compliment, and see what kind of reaction they get from them. If they look down and they act shy and they seem, like they're not prepared to respond to that man, that's actually a sign that that girl might be a good representation of what they're looking for, because they're looking for women who are vulnerable, that can't stand up for themselves, that don't have a lot of self-confidence. And that being said, they pretend to be attracted to them, want to get to know them, want to befriend them, and become a boyfriend. After that girl has gained their trust, they get tricked into what they're really all about, which is, after a while, taking them somewhere, unfortunately, sexually abusing them, beating them, drugging them, whatever. And that's how it all can get started. It can also get started from online, from somebody contacting them through Facebook or Instagram, pretending to just be someone who's interested in them. Oh, I see you like this. Oh, I like this too. Oh, you're so beautiful. You look like my sister. Or you look like my girlfriend from before. Whatever it is. So just tricks to get their vulnerability, to make them think that there's somebody really special. And unfortunately, many young women today are looking for this kind of attention.
Now tell me, from a practical standpoint, I realize this is too open-ended a question, but I'll ask it anyway. And that is that if you see a situation like that, with all the legalese out there, what can someone do?
Well, if you happen to see an older man with a young girl, and that young girl has a look on her face of fear, or like she doesn't belong with that man, it's something that sometimes you just have to see it, and in your gut you just understand that there's something wrong here. And in a case like that, there is a hotline number that you can call, even if you are mistaken and it's not that type of a situation. But I would recommend you call it anyway. And it's a phone number that I like to encourage everybody to keep in their cell phone, because you never know when you're going to see a situation. Also, traveling. In the news lately, there's been a lot of stories represented about stewardesses that were able to represent the fact that there was a girl there that did not belong with that man. She left a little post-it note on the bathroom mirror in the cabin of the airplane, and thank God the little girl took the number and told the stewardess, yes, she's in danger. And so these things are happening, and it's really just through the gut feeling of a person seeing that this representation of these two people together just don't look right. So the hotline number that I'd like to give out today is 1-888-37-888. And I would just recommend everyone keep it in their phone. And like I said, if you make a mistake and it's not correct, you have nothing to be fearful about. You don't even have to give your name when you make a call.
I would think from a practical standpoint they call 888-37-37-888, which is a nice, easy number to remember. I would think that if you see someone like that and you see them walking out, you get their license plate, then report it along and they can follow up on. Is that safe to assume?
Yes, that's another way that you could do that.
Yeah, in fact, that's been one of my pet peeves, that there should be a way, and I realize, like every problem, and you come up with a solution, if it's not the right one, you haven't solved the problem, but you've created an additional problem. But to me, it would make sense that if you have something like this, and that license plate number gets reported more than a few times, then you know something is not right.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And I am sure with the sophistication we have today, you could probably have that done electronically. Are there any other red flags? We only have a few minutes.
Yeah, there's red flags with students who see their friends at school somehow acting differently than they did before. So a lot of this also has to come from our youth themselves, because the targeted youth for this would be middle school and high school kids. So the red flags for a student to see in another student would be if suddenly their friend or a girl they see is suddenly wearing provocative clothing more than they used to do, or they have a strange tattoo that they didn't have before, whether on their wrist or on their neck, that doesn't represent anything that is about that girl's personality, but just something a little strange. Numerous absences from school, a girl coming to school exhausted all the time because possibly she's been picked up during the night and having to be taken to a house that where she was used for sex and didn't get to sleep. Having more expensive items that she could not afford on her own that would have been bought for her by a trafficker. Those are all types of signs. But also just, a girl that might be bragging that she's with an older boy or an older young man who's buying her things.
So I would imagine a teacher could get involved as well.
Anybody could, yes.
Right. So
yes.
if you don't mind, why don't you repeat the toll-free number twice? And if anyone is interested, hopefully they'll act on it. And you are always welcome to contact our toll-free number, which, as you know, is 888-489-8980. But Linda, what is the national hotline number?
Yes, it's 1-888-373-7888.
All right. Linda, I look forward to seeing you at our next Rotary meeting. We can rotate together. Oh, yes. Wow. Right now we got to rotate to a brief spot so we can help pay for the program. Don't you go away, and listen carefully and act on it. We will be right back.
If you need a helping hand to stay at home, or maybe you'd like somebody to provide transportation or grocery shopping or run errands for you, or maybe you're going to need help with bathing or personal grooming or you need home renovations to enable you to stay in that home safely and securely. Or maybe you can't leave your home, but you need somebody to come in and do things like a doctor, a nurse, a podiatrist, a dentist, or to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Well, House Calls on Wheels is the answer to all of that. House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. And all the medical services are covered by insurance. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour. So if you or someone you know needs a helping hand at home, call House Calls on Wheels for a free in-home consultation. And that toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. All right? That's 1-888-489-8980.
And welcome back, and as is our custom, we have Dr. Andre Lee calling in, who is very lucky because just in introducing him, I can sort of parody a poem. Dr. Andre Lee from Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It used to be tougher when you lived in Michigan. It didn't sort of rhyme. And Dr. Andre Lee is an entrepreneur as well as a health educator, as well as an author, and in fact, he's got so many missions going on. I have to write a whole book on it. Dr. Andre Lee used to be the administrator for Highland Park General Hospital, and when they closed up, he went off making a venture and not only helping the health community by way of assisting people that are interested in starting hospices. He's an educator, taught at Baker College. He's written books on organizing your life. I believe it's called Loose Ends. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Loose Ends 1 and 2.
Right, and 1 and 2. All right. And now we're tightening up those loose ends.
Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be, tighten up the loose ends.
And, of course, any organizations, since he's one of his projects is to help young black students get into the healthcare field. You have a actual website as well on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have Black Health Legends, and there's a website devoted to that, and we have exhibits. In fact, I've got 3 exhibits. I'm about to get a 4th one, and that have been traveling around the country. They are panel exhibits, and they depict the history of a lot of notables and institutions around the country. Some of them are specific, like I did one specifically for the state of Pennsylvania, and I'm about to finish one for the state of Kentucky, and one for Tennessee. But the others are black medical schools, black professionals, period. And they have posters that go with them, and people can bring them to their location and use them as a fundraiser. That's the whole idea behind it, and also, of course, pique the interest of aspiring students who haven't yet settled on a career. And that's the idea behind it. I'm hoping people will take me up on it.
Right. Well, the fact that you've been doing it for a few years now shows that there is interest in. For sure. The exhibits have been out. They've been traveling. They've been at a couple of universities. They've been at a few health systems. They've been out as far away as Iowa, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Georgia, of course, Tennessee, Alabama. They've been all over the place. So someone in the Michigan area belongs to a church. What are the mechanics? What should they do to get the project rolling?
Just call me and we'll arrange the details. And they're very easily just shipped in a shipping tube, so they're very lightweight. Usually there's anywhere between 4 to 7 panels, depending on the exhibit. and they have grommets in the corner so they can hang very easily on the wall or from the ceiling or something for people to see. They're usually 3 feet wide and 6 feet tall. And they have everything you need. And if we have children's books that go with the exhibits, and they can be sold. And generally, we sold 5,000 of them so far.
Right. Well, and the church can work out the financial part, and you make.
Oh, yeah, it's been in churches, been in schools, health or hospitals. I've had them everywhere.
Right. Well, here's what I get excited about hearing is that it's my philosophy that if you want to raise funds with logic, I don't want to take away from the spaghetti dinners and the banquets and all, but that takes a lot of labor and a lot of volunteers. How much more common sense does it make? In my opinion, it's really such a simple concept. You're teaching your history at the same time motivating people to appreciate what their role in life is, and the funds raised go to the church or the organization as a way to keep the bills paid. And there's no heavy lifting to speak of.
Oh, a lot of churches have done that. And you got to develop new revenue streams for the church.
Right. Unfortunately, since we're on the church theme, you've heard that line that God must love poor people because he's made so many of them. Right. So, and you're offering it to a church, and if they want to get involved, by all means, call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8980. And you and I talked about this off the air. If a church wants to promote healthy health habits, we can actually do a conference call or even do it in a webinar.
I've got a webinar series starting next month on just how to save money on your health care costs. And it's going to be a series because it's such a big topic. I can't cover it all in one webinar.
Right.
So maybe one webinar will be devoted on how to save money on acquiring your medications. The next one will be how to save money when you visit your doctor's office, or how to save money when you go to the hospital, how to read those medical bills that you're getting, that type of thing. So how to get medical equipment at a discount. You know, but I can't cover it all in one topic. So I'm going to do a series of webinars. And we have a book that's available to be purchased that really summarizes all of this and makes it very easy. So anybody interested really need to. And these days, I don't know. Even me, I got bills, and it's bewildering.
Yeah, well,
really
you know, something that puzzles me is that why is it that bills arrive twice the speed that your checks do? I haven't figured that one out. Okay.
I got one for you. I got a bill that was on just one page. It had 3 different 800 numbers on it.
Well, this is a actual, I'd like to call it edutainment, where you get educated and entertain your group of people there. Well, we got a lot more to talk about. That's why I have you call in on a weekly basis, and hopefully we'll talk again next week.
Oh, I got some new stuff coming.
All right. That sounds exciting indeed. Have a great day, Dr. Lee in Tennessee.
All right, thank you, sir.
Right now I only have enough time for my parting thought, which is yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other in achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me.
If you need a helping hand to stay at home, or maybe you'd like somebody to provide transportation or grocery shopping or run errands for you, or maybe you're going to need help with bathing or personal grooming, or you need home renovations to enable you to stay in that home safely and securely. Or maybe you can't leave your home, but you need somebody to come in and do things like a doctor, a nurse, a podiatrist, a dentist, or to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Well, House Calls on Wheels is the answer to all of that. House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. And all the medical services are covered by insurance. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour. So if you or someone you know needs a helping hand at home, call House Calls on Wheels for a free in-home consultation. And that toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. All right? That's 1-888-489-8980.
And welcome, and hopefully you have on your calendar the Magic Day Thursday. And why should we have that on? Well, every Thursday from 9:15 to 10:30, our Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan group meets. We've been doing it for 40 years, or over 40 years. Boy, am I getting tired. Anyway, we now meet at Level 1 Bank, and they have branches. They have about 10 different locations. The one we do our Entrepreneur Network meeting on Thursdays is at 37100 Woodward, southeast corner of Woodward and Big Beaver. That's Bloomfield Hills. You get free coffee, free snacks. You'll not only be fed physically, but also mentally. We tomorrow are going to have Sam Gupta, who's a webmaster, a dynamic webmaster. In fact, I spoke to another one of our networking groups, and he's got the wonderful talent of taking your message and getting it into all kinds of media that if you tried to do on your own, you'd probably not get anywhere near where he's at. And that's also free. A seminar like his would normally be actually something that you'd pay hundreds of dollars to attend. But this is free. That's tomorrow. So by all means, put it on your calendar and come on down, and I get a chance to meet with you and find out what you're looking to do. And without bragging, after all these years, I have over 20,000 contacts that I can honestly tell you I've met, and not only on the internet, but actually shook hands with and got to know. So call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, and hopefully we can see you there, and you'll definitely walk out smarter than you walked in. And if you want to walk out dumber, then please do not attend. And I'm really excited about introducing one of the youngest members of our entrepreneurs group in a long time. He's only 22 years old. His name is Josiah Chaney. He just joined up with us. What was it, a couple of months ago or 3 months ago?
About a month ago.
About a month ago. Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
And what I love about you, besides your talent and your commitment to taking the entrepreneurial road, is you are a student at Wayne State University. Wow!
Yes, I am.
That's my alum, and I get a kick out of driving down there these days. It was called, in my day, a college. It's a university now, and beautiful campus. And if you are looking to get into the whole entrepreneurial theme, I think they've actually devoted some special courses in that arena. Is that correct?
Yes, they just started advertising a new program for entrepreneurship.
Right. Now, what impressed me about you is that you've taken a very simple concept and figured out a way that how you can earn money at it. And you have a gift in not only presenting yourself, but you also have fulfilled something I try to encourage young entrepreneurs and seasoned entrepreneurs. If they want to live a happy and successful life, find something that you are talented for and you love to do, and figure out a way how to make money. And you, Josiah, have decided that because of your artistic talent, you are taking the latest concepts in the electronic world and digital design, and you have T-shirts, shoes, hats, and other products centered around spreading biblical truths and positivity. When you think about it, if you are religious, why not encourage the messages that we read from the Bible? And by the way, one of my joys is converting sayings and thoughts into Ikeisms. And when you think about the word Bible, there would be no wars or theft or killings if you really understood the letters of Bible. And Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's what the Bible. Okay, so you've taken sayings out of there and put them on T-shirts.
Yes.
So anyone that's artistic at all, I'm sure you'd welcome their participation. And as an idea, if you are involved in a church and would like to have Josiah get involved with you and maybe encourage some of your young people in the congregation to express their artistic talent, Josiah's got it all in place. I know enough about you to admire you, but in case I missed anything, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your background?
Thank you. I'm a Christian. I'm a young African-American male from Detroit. I grew up with loving parents who really fear God, and that really makes a difference. And I know it did change my perspective of how God, family, love, education, all those things come together to really change lives. And I use Grit Lane as a platform to do that. I can spread art, positivity, and biblical truths and get my foot in the door to encourage people that they can do it too, that they can live a better life and the life that God wants for them, which is a better life that really is about impacting the people around them. And, finding my purpose and my drive and my mission to give back has been the journey that led me to want to do art and to want to, use art as a platform for this message.
Now, as far as the format's concerned, you also can work with businesses and community organizations. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm looking to help businesses of any type to fundraise and revamp their appearance through my designs. But closer to my passion is churches and community organizations, because it really wasn't famous people that encouraged me to do what I do. It was people that didn't have that much education, but they were desperate. And now that I know my story of how I got this vision, I can encourage others to do the same thing. And, through the church and the community, if I can touch 12, 24 people, I can change that community, essentially. And I would help them fundraise simply by coming in at a lower price and helping them to promote their products with my design skills.
And the nice thing about it is you could draw from the respective audiences to have them share with you what you can do. So tell me, let's say there's a church out there that's interested. Can you walk us through what the format would be?
Absolutely. Well, if they're interested in my design services, the first thing I'll do is set up a meeting so I can really get a vision of what they want. And, my job as a designer is what I've really learned is that there's basic fundamental aspects about life that really transcend to all people. And when I get in the conversation, I recently had a design conversation with a client, and in a 15-minute discussion, we ended up scrapping the first idea, and what came out of her was the true passion behind her group. And that's how she wanted me to represent her business group on the shirt design that I'm doing for her. But we got down to the passion behind the group that she is having me do art for. And that's what the 30-minute meeting is for. And then I'll come back with drafts of the design. Once the design is approved, I'll go forward and make the design. And then there are different prices for different products. And I have the capability of printing on T-shirts, hats, shoes, notebooks, book bags, and more, to come in at a lower price to help the church or community organization or business fundraise.
Right. Now, if anyone wants to contact you, do you have a phone number? Or I can give out our toll-free number, whichever you prefer.
Yes. Well, my email is gridlane.co at gmail.com. That's GRID
right.
LANE
Right.
.co at gmail.com. And that first part is also the website, gridlane.co.
I see. Well, and of course, I'm still from the old-fashioned school of human being to human being communication. So gridlane.co at gmail gets you there electronically, but phones still work if you call our toll-free number 888-489-8980. And I assume that Josiah, if there's a church out there that wants to get their young people involved, you'd be open to teaching them how to put a program like that together. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I learned at Wayne State how to do screen printing, and that is a process that most businesses cost upwards of $1,000 or $5,000 to start, but that is a process that costs about $1,000 to start. And I'd be more than willing to teach them those hands-on skills, but also I know Photoshop, and I've been using that for several years, and I can teach youth how to use Photoshop to make their first designs, which will, when you make your first design, it changes your perspective if you really want to do that.
Right. Well, the beautiful part about it is that you're doing good, and actually can help other people do good. You can save a church organization money because you obviously have got the talent to take their idea and put it into art, and encourage young budding artists to actually magnify what they have.
Mhm.
So, one of my ichisms is that you can do well doing good. God bless you, Josiah. Keep on doing good and be doing well at the same time. Right now, we have to take a brief break, and we will be right back. Don't you dare go away.
If you need a helping hand to stay at home, or maybe you'd like somebody to provide transportation or grocery shopping or run errands for you, or maybe you're going to need help with bathing or personal grooming, or you need home renovations to enable you to stay in that home safely and securely. Or maybe you can't leave your home, but you need somebody to come in and do things like a doctor, a nurse, a podiatrist, a dentist, or to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Well, House Calls on Wheels is the answer to all of that. House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. And all the medical services are covered by insurance. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour. So if you or someone you know needs a helping hand at home, call House Calls on Wheels for a free in-home consultation. And that toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. All right? That's 1-888-489-8980.
Tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. for the Bright Side of Aging and the Entrepreneurs Network radio show featuring Ike Engelbaum. Ike does an array of interviews with people that make the aging process go smoothly. And for the Entrepreneurs Network segment, Ike interviews up-and-coming entrepreneurs. If you're looking to start your own business, Ike has some great advice to offer you to get your dreams of starting a home-based business a reality. If you'd like to talk to Ike Engelbaum for more information, call 313-929-6105. That's 313-929-6105. So tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. to hear Ike Engelbaum on the Bright Side of Aging and the Entrepreneur Network radio show.
And welcome back. As they say, what's better than having one entrepreneur on the air with you? The answer is having two entrepreneurs. And I'm so pleased that one of our other members of the Entrepreneurs Network group popped in. His name is Tom Starks. Is that right, Mr. Tom?
It is, Ike. Thank you so much for having me on this morning. I appreciate it.
Well, you're responsible for having Josiah Chaney on, and it just goes to show you the magic of networking. Tom, you met Josiah at your church, did you? Was that?
We did. We met, I'm going to say 3 years ago,
right?
somewhere around that length of time, and I am just so proud of what Josiah is doing in his life. And, he is a man on a mission, and he is a man on a mission because he honors and glorifies God, and that is an important part of what he does. Added to that is the fact that he's taking marketplace principles, biblical principles, and putting it into the marketplace and putting it into his designs. So I've seen it. In fact, what he's wearing right now is an example of that.
Yes.
And it's just an amazing thing to watch. Know Josiah's father very well also, and it's just an amazing household, amazing family, and a group of entrepreneurs that it's just a pleasure to be around.
Yeah, he's definitely an inspiration. I mean, you hear, unfortunately, so many bad things about young people, and when someone like Josiah Chaney shows up and actually wears the product, promotes the product, and promotes the whole spirit of the belief system, and I have been making suggestions to Josiah how, you can take certain sayings and thoughts from the Bible and applying it to everyday thought. And one of the things, and here's a suggestion, folks, and Josiah and Tom Starks and I would be glad to help you make it happen. If you have a particular saying that's sort of religiously related, why not have it imprinted on a T-shirt and get the message out? And one of my favorite sayings from a biblical standpoint is that if God is not as close in your life as he used to be, guess who moved? Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, that would be very true. That would be
Or
very true.
there is more. What about dusty Bibles lead to dirty roads? Okay. See, Josiah, can you see it happening now?
Absolutely. Yes,
And
all
we
my
can show a
grandkids.
dirt road, okay? Now, Tom, I admire your compassion, and I know you're a very giving guy, and you have, as a pharmacist, I spent my life in the healthcare field, and you have a personal story that, if you don't mind sharing, and without embarrassing you, you actually are involved with a home-based business, Sante, and a good motivating factor is your personal life. Am I right?
That would be true. I thank you so much. I'm a cancer survivor. It's almost 6 years now since I was diagnosed, and a little over 5.5 since I had my surgery. And it was a tumor that found itself in my colon, and so it required a colon resection, is what they call it. And initially, the surgery was going to be a laparoscopic procedure, complicated surgery, but when they started it, they realized that the cancer in my little itty-bitty tumor was already way beyond the tumor, and it was all through my midsection, and you name the organ, and they found it all through my body. So, you segue 3 years post-surgery, and thank God I'm healed and I'm doing well. But one of the things that God brought to me was a company called Asante Organics. And as my wife and I began to learn about where did my source of cancer come from, we came to realize the importance of our gut health. And it's a topic that a lot of people don't spend a lot of time really knowing. In fact, I saw a statistic the other day that roughly 3.7 million people in this country use probiotics on a regular daily basis. And it's, out of 300 million people, it's not that many folks. But I know Josiah would attest to this as well, that simply taking products, consuming products that we use daily, has an impact on our life and an impact on our health. And so we have to take supplements sometimes to really augment that. I think by the time we're 30 years old, our digestive enzymes in our gut and our body, they begin to change and they decrease, and they continue to decrease over time. So where we need supplements to help digest food, to help process it, to help eliminate chemicals and toxins out of our bodies, then we do that. One of the things that recently came out from Asante is a product called Probiotic Flora. And it is the only probiotic in the world that is guaranteed to grow your good bacteria in your gut. And it helps eradicate the bad bacteria, the disease-causing bacteria, and it just grows. And it's a remarkable product. It's new for us, but Susan and I swear by it at this point. We've been taking it now for a few weeks, and it really helps us process food and eliminate it from our bodies. Our energy is better and better. I can't say enough about it. The thing with probiotics is that you also need to take a prebiotic with it. If you don't, then the impact of the probiotic is not going to be as strong. And so thankfully we have a prebiotic that goes with it. We call it Be Natural. And the Be Natural is bee pollen, royal bee jelly, various things. It tastes wonderful, but the two together has a powerful impact on our gut health and our digestive health. And so you're seeing me today, a healthy dude,
Right.
but it's been a process to get there.
And he's got a smile on his face too.
I do.
And it's an infectious smile. I'm getting affected with it, but it's a healthy infection. And I admire your involvement with Asante because although I'm a pharmacist and our training has all been about medicine and what have you, and now it's amazing. Major hospitals have got the separate sections, and we're talking the big guys like Beaumont and Ford Hospital. They actually see the merits of getting your body to get you better. And if there's a positive future in the healthcare field, they say that it's conceivable that they'll be able to, whenever you're diagnosed with a serious disease, to take your healthy cells and reproduce them. It's all to actually have your body healing itself, and that's a good part of the Asante. And and to, as they say, for the sake of disclosure, you actually can make a business out of this if you wanted to get involved as a distributor. Is that correct?
That's correct. So, products sometimes can be a little expensive, and so how do you make that expense go away? And there are ways to do that. There are ways to earn money and earn revenue to go along with it. And because of the type of compensation plan it is, people can do very well, very, very well, or just enough to make sure that you cover the cost of your products. Either way, the products speak for themselves. I had a 15-inch, and I've shared this story with you before. At the time I started taking the products, I had a 15-inch surgical scar left over from my supposedly laparoscopic procedure. And after 15 months of taking the Asante products, my scar's gone. And I had that scar for 3 years.
Right. So you have routine meetings if anyone is interested. Do you have contact information at all, or?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I
No,
did something.
you're doing fine. As they say, we have a technical challenge here, but you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Just keep on rolling.
So the way to contact me, the easiest way is
Yes.
my phone number is area code 248-943-2052. My website is www.essante organics, organics.com/Tom, THOM, Stark, STARK. And I'd love to connect with people about this. And I know Josiah well enough that I know Josiah knows the importance of gut health and probiotics, the prebiotics, digestive enzymes. This is a talented young man.
Well,
And
he definitely is, and I don't want to make light, and I hope it goes across the right way, but I find it fascinating. We're finding out that you have to many times operate not only health-wise, but in business life with your gut feeling, and God and gut, there's almost the same spelling, almost, but I misspell a lot of stuff.
Well, they coincide for sure.
Right.
God wants us to be healthy.
Well, listen, there's a lot more to talk about, but unfortunately, not today. It's been a delight to have you on the air. And right now, I cannot leave this station without my favorite parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.
WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500. This is WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit. Your ethnic superstation at 690 days, 680 nights.